What's up, guys? Today we're going to be walking you through the way we build our cornhole boards. Hope you enjoy. First, we start with a 2 foot by 4 foot 3/4 inch birch top plate. We round all the edges with a 3/8 inch round over. We do both sides. This really cleans up the edge, gives it a clean look. We final sand everything with 220, as you see here. Got to bring the blade up slow and dramatic, right? Hope you guys enjoy that little detail. Here we're going to cut the sides. We make ours a little bit short to leave a 1 inch overhang. So you're going to cut 4 of these for all 4 sides. You have 2 boards, 2 sides each. That was Sammy, our safety chicken. He reminds us to make sure you guys are being safe. And let us know if you see anything that we're doing that you have questions about. Here we're cutting the tops 20.5. That plus a 3/4 plus a 3/4 on the sides gives us a 1 inch overhang. Here we're measuring to make sure it's the same width we want. We'll set the top on it just to verify the overhang is what we want. And then for this set we put an angle on the front. We've seen a few people would do it. We wanted to try it, see if our clients liked it. It's a good little detail. It adds a lot of character to it. It's not so easy if you're in a quick paint or quick clear coat setup, but there's 100 different ways to build these boards. This is just the way we chose to build this one side, and it worked out well. Thanks for that, Sammy. So here we're going to match up the other 2 legs or 2 sides of the other board. Here we're going to lay out the pocket hole locations, and again you can do as many as you want. We try to do 4 to 5 just to ensure the board doesn't rattle, there's no dead spots in it. 3/4 inch ply is usually pretty solid. So we know our screws are going to be 1.25 inches. We set our height on our Kreg jig to 3/4. We use a little template to make sure the drill stops in the same location. If you look at this, if you drill A and then C, for a 1x4, it works perfect on your ends. Just center the board, you're able to drill them up, and it lines up perfectly every time. So for these, we use the lines, line it up with the center of B to average out our holes on the K5. Now we're getting ready to square the frame up, put it together. As you can tell right here in the bottom corner, you'll see it's a custom made angle. We do that to keep everything square. If you notice, we'll put it in both sides while we're screwing the frames together. This verifies that everything is square and makes the next step of putting it on the top extremely easy. There's a close-up shot of what we do, how we use it. It works out really well. With it clamped in this corner, it's usually enough. We take another angle and put in the opposite corner just in case. Alright, as we finalize the second frame here, we'll take that out. We'll move this out of the way. We'll bring the top in, lay the frame on it. Here we're getting a measurement, like I said, whatever you want it to be. Ours is usually 3/4 inch to 1 inch. We double check the centers here, as you can see, to make sure that they don't bow in or bow out. Clamp everything down perfect, and then alternate your screw holes around the board. And just like that, that first one's done. Thanks for that, Sammy. Here we're going to cut our legs. We cut ours 15 inches. That way we got plenty of room to trim off. We use a quart can of paint to make the radiuses. We've seen people do it as where they just chop it off in the squares. The round, I think, gives a nice character to the board, more finished look. We do ours on the scroll saw, as you see. Sammy, that rascal. Alright, so then we run the sanders around the curves to smooth them out. You might have to play with this a little bit once you get it in place to line it up a little bit. And here comes the part everyone dreads. The legs. So as you can see, we use a gallon bucket. We'll push it up on the table down the center of the board. take your tape measure. You want it to be from the table to the top of the board. You want it to be 12 inches on each side. So you can see 12 along the top and 12 along the top. Now we're nowhere level. So now we lay a straight edge on the table and we're going to draw marks. You can see our marks here. We mark on both sides of the leg. It makes it easier to table saw. Then we head over to the table saw, use our miter gauge that came with the table saw. We line up our line with the blade and set that degree. Based on where your holes are drilled, it could be different every time. So we do that to make sure we're accurate. We use a 5/16 bolt, 2 inches long. As you can see, we put a washer between the leg and the side, another washer, and then a wing nut. Just make sure everything moves smooth and easy. And here you can see the legs set perfectly flat doing this method. See how flat that is? Beautiful, beautiful. Next up is the hole. And we use this monster. This thing is massive. It's a 6-inch hole saw. So you measure over 12 inches from each side. You can find the center of the board. Measure down 9 inches. It's going to be the center of your hole. Cool thing with this hole saw is it has a drill bit in the center. You'll see as we'll assemble it here. Threads right in. It's got a collar on the back that kind of threads down. It locks 2 pins in underneath. Put it in your drill. It feels like you're lifting a weight. And then you go at it. It's quick and easy. It leaves a pretty good clean cut. When you get towards the end, don't push too hard or you'll tear out the bottom. And then we take our router with the 3/8 bit again. Same as we used on the side. Go around the sides of the hole. Make it uniformed. No burrs. We end up doing the inside and the outside of the holes. Here you can see we're doing the inside just to make sure it's smooth and nice. Keep it uniformed. Here we're going to drill up the center support for the legs as you've seen in the previous portion. This is where we're drilling it up, getting ready to install it. There it is installed. There it is installed. And here they are finished. So first detail we'll show you is at the bottom. Made an angle here so they will actually lean. That actually looks kind of cool whenever they're done. If you remember, we round the corners on all 4 sides. We also do it around the hole on the inside and outside. Makes it smooth when you go to grab it. Now we go to the leg design that we did. So we always put washers inside of here and outside, so it'll make it actually, if you step back, you can actually, it moves a lot easier. Closes a lot better. We'll end up putting a brand on the inside of here, so you'll be able to see it. We'll put the brand right in here. You'll be able to see it when it's standing up. We do about a 1-inch overhang around the sides, on all 4 sides. Give it a little character, a little clean look. So that way when you paint the tops, they really almost look like they're floating. It gets it a standalone design. So we find our clients really prefer that. So 3/4 inch Baltic birch for the top. This is all 1x4s. Quick and easy frame. A little more expensive than 2x4s, but the look when you're done just looks so much cleaner, and it's a lot lighter. So you're able to go thicker with the top versus a 1/2-inch top with 2x4s. So the top's really what this game's all about anyway. Real quick, I want to show you the other end he's talking about, how we beveled it so you can lean it. It also gives it a cool, unique detail when you look at it. Not just a square box, but it has some detail to it, along with the painted top we'll get. And that's a look at how we build our cornhole boards. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe and hit the thumbs up. Thanks.